Bear, and I'm going to show you some of the markings that are on the skull. First, let's start with foramen. Here you can see on the front of the skull we got the infraorbital foramen, and here on the bottom we've got the mental foramens. If I turn the skull all the way upside down, you can see the biggest foramen in the body, which is the foramen magnum. All of these holes also are foramens in there. Next, I'd like to show you is a process. If you look on the bottom here, you can see the mastoid process, where the sternocleidomastoid muscle attaches. Here is the styloid process. You have two of those, one on each side, and these are called the zygomatic process on there. On the sinuses, we're talking about the areas behind these bones. You have frontal sinuses, which are right behind the tops of the eyes, and we have the the maxillary sinuses, which are right behind the maxilla bone. When we're talking about a crest, we're looking at the supraorbital crest, and you can see that this is a little outlying of bone right there on the top of the eyes. When we're talking about a ramus, you look on the sides here, and you can see this line right here. This whole section is a ramus in the jaw. When we're talking about fossas, we're talking about the dentate fossas when we're talking about the skull. These are the dentate fossas in between each tooth, like dental dentate fossas. When we're speaking of fissures, we'll look inside of the eyes there, and you can see that these grooves, these little notched out spots into the eyes, those are called fissures. On the meatus portion, the only one you find on the skull is the external auditory meatus, and that is where the nerves and all the tissue go inside of the head so you can hear. Of course, the ear is on the outside. When we're talking about a spine on here, we also look at the spinous processes. The processes on the styloid processes here. They are also spines as they stick out as well. And that's all the bones of the skull.